Hey everybody, welcome to Hitched and Rolling, and boy do we have a fun video for you today. We're going to talk about this thing that's sitting behind us. What is that, Chris?
It's our new Ford F450.
Oh my gosh, we have so much to talk to you about. We are back to being fifth wheelers again, and we are excited, but today we're going to break down everything, the purchase experience, what we liked about it, where we went. Hold tight, we'll be right back. Really fun video for you guys today, something that we're really excited to talk about, because one of the things that we missed about being in a Class A versus, pulling a fifth wheel was our F450.
Oh yeah, we were really sad to say goodbye. It was a much sadder experience than we thought.
Yeah, it really was, and yes, we do miss the fifth wheel, but I think we missed our dually more than the fifth wheel. So we sold the coach. And this is why we are hitched and rolling, because we're hitched and we love to roll down the highway. And but we needed a horse to pull the carts. So starting in March, we started researching, and we called the local dealer where we purchased from last time. And what'd they say?
6 to 9 months,
Wah, wah,
and possibly more, if they could get one.
Yeah, and we're like, oh my gosh, well, we had the coach on RV Trader. You're like, if that thing sells tomorrow, 6 to 9 months, that's
we're gonna have to have them deliver the next RV to our place.
Exactly. So I ended up watching these videos of this guy called Real Deal Neal at Akins Ford, Wild Willies in Winder, Georgia, and these trucks were just, I was just drooling watching these videos.
Dangerous, let me tell you. And every night we would watch these videos, and Neal does a great job. He does a great job showing off all the custom work that Wild Willies does for Akins Ford, and definitely go check him out if you haven't, if you're not familiar with him. We'll put a link to him as well below.
Yes, you definitely got to check out Akins Ford, Wild Willies, and go to Neal's channel, because maybe you'll get like us, you'll just sit there and watch video after video and go, oh, I want to do that. Oh, that looks really cool.
I know.
Oh, can I do that?
And I'm just going cha-ching, cha-ching.
But really, they just say, give us your wallet and we'll make it look top notch.
They actually had a truck. They told us a story that they had customized a truck. I think it was like $200,000 or $250,000. And when they finally got it done, it took them a year to get it all completed. And in delivery, I think 2 weeks after it was completed, it was totaled.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Anyway,
so sad.
Just great people. So I ended up reaching out. I called Wild Willies first, and then they said, well, the process kind of starts with the salesman. So they sent me to Isaiah, who was a great salesman.
Yeah, definitely. And we loved working with Isaiah.
Between the two of them, I was probably going back and forth with Walt a little more on the Wild Willies side, the customized side.
That's because he kept changing his mind or adding new things to it.
Chris loved it. I'm like, we gotta have this. We gotta have it.
Well, that was the one thing, we learned a lot from our previous fifth wheel and what we liked and didn't like about the ride. So we wanted to make sure that when we got this truck, that it had the things on it that would make for a much more comfortable ride. So stay tuned. We'll do another video about all of that.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, because we will. We're going to do a complete video with a walk around. We'll talk about everything that we did. But this one is all about our purchase experience with them, which we were excited to go there. 3-month process. And we finally got the call that said, your truck is ready. Come on down. And we were like, yes.
Yay.
We couldn't wait to get down there. But then we needed a place to stay, because it's about 6 hours away. So Chris did some research.
Yes, so we had to take our dog, and unfortunately the hotels in the area wouldn't accommodate a dog of our size. So I started looking for Airbnbs, and I found the greatest place called Fox and Farmhouse. Dan and Darlene are the owners, and it is so cute. It is so charming, right across the street from a park and not very far at all from Akins. So we'll put a link to it, because if you're going through Winder or you're going over to Akins, I definitely recommend staying at Fox and Farmhouse.
Yeah, great. It was a great place to stay. The whole day, we said, was probably it was the best new vehicle purchase that either one of us have ever.
All right, we got there at the dealership, I think it was at 10:30 in the morning, and it was after 4 p.m. when we left.
Unbelievable.
It was, I was exhausted and ready for bed, let me tell you. But we had a blast, and they were so gracious, so, you know, they're good at what they do, which is why Akins Ford was the #1 Ford dealership in the U.S. in 2025.
2025, baby, and they're locked and loaded. They're trying to get it for 2026, and maybe you're watching this and you can help them out because they want to win it again, man. They want to be repeat champs. So.
Well, and I'll tell you, when you go there, what's incredible is I don't think I've ever seen so many trucks and vehicles in my life. It was like a sea.
Big.
I mean, around here in Greensboro, you go to the dealership and it's kind of hit or miss, but there it was like truck after truck after truck. So if you're looking for a truck to pull your rig or just a truck and you can't find one in your area, definitely check into Akins Ford in Winder, Georgia.
Yeah, for sure. You definitely got to check in. You know, and one of the things that's near and dear to our heart as pastors is that Neal is a godly man. Brad Akins is a god. There's so many believers at this dealership, just top-notch people, and they let us run around with the video camera, and they were gracious enough to let us do some videos. So you're going to see here coming up. Of course, we got to do one with Neal, which was awesome, and then we got to do one with Mr. Akins, which is just awesome. So we're going to roll that footage so you guys can take a look at our experience down in Winder, Georgia, if I could talk. Akins Ford and Wild Willies. Let's do it.
When you walk in this office, I'm the guy that's 41 years old with dolls in his office, which is not typical, but I grew up, my mom told me at 5 years old to never watch. Rambo was on, Rambo First Blood Part 2 was on TV, and she was like, don't watch that, turned it off. I went in another room and watched it because I'm an only child. I love that lone wolf mentality, so I just, he was my hero growing up. People called me Rambo as a kid, so we've got this in here. And that kind of still sticks me to this day about just mentality of just like trying to conquer the world and just be a strong, confident man in this world. That's kind of where that comes from. Again, same time period, I love Georgia, so I was watching Georgia on TV and stuff, fell in love with Georgia, so I'm a diehard Bulldog fan. We've done a lot of vehicles and stuff for Falcons customers, so everything in here you see, just a little bit of tribute is kind of cluttered in here. I apologize, but anyone from athletes to pastors and great folks everywhere, I love every single bit of it, and just having a little memory here or there is really cool. I told you about the racing. This is when I won the national championship. There's my son hugging me. Right, so probably one of the greatest moments of my life was that right there.
Wow.
Your son's proud for you. So
yeah, that's amazing.
You know, he's sitting there hugging you. My wife, I slung mud on her. There's my son's girlfriend right there too. So really cool priceless memory right there. And then just everything else in here is just you know, level on 35s. I should probably wear this today.
Yeah, you should.
I think I will. I'll put this on here for our review today. But then a little bit of Georgia, and this was our very first truck that we ever customized as far as a lot vehicle build of any kind of substance. And I almost lost my job for this truck because basically just took this truck without permission because I knew it was going to be a risk and I wanted to assume all of that risk. So I took this truck and customized it, and it sold in 4 days.
Wow.
That was our very first one that we did. And check this. As far as value, this right here, this truck, this full build truck and all was $110,000.
Really?
Yes.
That's
so
a deal.
That's just the truck today. You know, that's not the $30,000 upfit. So price point's definitely better back then, but that was a truck that really started all the momentum for us. So very proud of that right there. And then of course, watching the channel. Hopefully very soon be getting one of these.
Yes, I'd love to have one of those. He's got to rub it in. Look at that. He's got to rub it in.
But you're not, I mean, you're what, 40,000 away?
40,000 away. We need some help.
So look, you gotta like and subscribe to the channel right here, because that's everything. It helps the algorithm. So the best thing you can do, like and subscribe, help him out.
Thank you very much. And explain this, Wild Willies, where does that come from?
So Wild Willies, this easily could have been called Akins Performance or Akins Accessories, but Wild Willies has been around for almost 35 years now, and it was a standalone accessory store in Conyers, Georgia, just right down the road, about an hour down the road. And Akins was actually using Wild Willies for upfits on a small scale around the drive vehicles, an hour to get stuff done.
Wow.
Because that was the closest local trusted accessory store that we knew of. So the partnership just kind of started and formed during COVID, with the owner kind of just getting a little older in age as well, and just looking for kind of like maybe an exit plan. Actually bought the brand from him here in house, and that gentleman actually even worked here for a little while as well. Mr. Jim Jordan.
He did?
He
Oh,
did,
wow.
yeah. And I was, the first few years I was here, he was still here as well, so got to spend some time with him. That was phenomenal. So the Wild Willies has a history and a story just like Akins does, and Mr. Akins didn't want to just do away with that. He wanted to keep that name and that brand going, because it has a great value in this area and now nationwide. So
yeah,
Wild Willies, I guess the biggest thing to me is when I'm talking to consumers online, they hear this country boy saying Wild Willies, they think just some country boy in Georgia talking about a country accessory store, but we're so much more than that. Our name is kind of country. Of course, I talk country, but we're very educated and we're very strategic in what we're trying to do with the automotive industry, and it'll show with his truck.
Yes.
So folks, we got lucky enough to catch Mr. Brad Akins. He's probably late for his next meeting, but we grabbed him to talk about this, and the trophy amazing. I just want to know, I haven't got to ask you this, like what does this mean to you personally? I know what it means to everybody else, but to you personally, and then when did you start thinking that this was possible for the dealership to obtain?
You know, probably quietly in about May or June, as we were there, because we were right there in that, lead, just barely. And so probably we got about June, and I was like, is this a real possibility for Winder, Georgia? But really, when it became a focus, as we got into September, and it's like we're just fixing to be 3 months out on this. This is a real possibility.
Wow.
And so I mean, I don't think we really changed anything we were doing, but we really started narrowing down that focus. And every day, every sale, every report, I mean, it became front and center. And time we got into October, and it was kind of like that fourth quarter in the Super Bowl. It's you're just like you can start, you can start smelling it. I don't say smelling blood. That would be the wrong thing to do. But that's when it really came down to that this, we may never get another chance at this.
Right.
Now, what tomorrow holds, we don't know. But there's some really good dealers out there. That's the thing. That when you get into the top 10 that we were fortunate to be able to get into 6 years ago, I think. And that 8th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Then last year or year before last, 2024, we ended up in 3rd. And that was like, can we ever get to number 1? Probably not. But the fourth quarter last year in October is when it was kind of game. It's like we're rolling up our sleeves and we're going to go get this bad boy.
Wow. That was a really special last 3 months of the year. I've never experienced anything like it. Just the energy and the
energy,
the
the
culture,
excitement, the anticipation, and it was it was going into this year. This is our 60th anniversary as a company. Wow. It became Akins Ford in 1966, 6 months before I was born. I was born in August of '66. It became Akins Ford in February of '66.
Wow.
So that was the thing there. It's like, that'd be a cool thing to go into our 60th anniversary, and having that, that leadership trophy of being number 1 on retail and commercial sales. So that was, from a family standpoint and generational. I've got, family, working in it now. So working on our 3rd generation of leadership in the years to come.
Wow.
So it was a special thing coming into our 60th anniversary, having the trophy,
That's amazing.
with us here.
So I got a question. I don't know if you know the answer or not, but do you know how many vehicles over you were in your competition to get the trophy?
Last year, we ended up being number one by about 500 units. Our fourth quarter just came together.
Wow.
And it was just one of those that
Wasn't even close.
As we got into it, now, you didn't know, who, how many can somebody do and whatever. And when you get into, the volume levels of your top, 3 and 4 dealers, they can do just like we did. They can turn it on at any time. But it was just one of those years that just came together for us, and it started and never stopped. And that's something that we're just very blessed with. And
I'm just going to say God's favor.
And it was in 1990. My dad passed away with leukemia. I was 23 when I took over.
Oh wow!
So that was a special point. He loved this business. Not only did he love the car business, but he loved the people business. Both with our employees and the philanthropic support that he did outside of these walls. So.
And by the way, I should say this because I was telling Neal this. In the community, we stayed at Airbnb here, and Dan his name? Anyway, the gentleman had nothing but raving reviews to say about you guys. And he said, Brad Akins, top notch, super friendly, treat their customers well. So, testimony to you already.
Well, thank you. That was what I grew up with. That was what I grew up with. That was just, I didn't know anything different than when I was growing up. One of integrity, do what you say you're going to do, and people first, both with employees, and with customers. It's people and community, and that's what you want to be known for.
So what was it like when you guys announced it to all the staff here? What was that like? That had to be amazing.
That was an amazing feat. So we had we didn't really know what do we do. I mean, we had talked to some of the leadership at Ford. It's like, when do you all have the really official numbers? And they said, sometime between 12:30 and 1 a.m. on Saturday morning, because the sales close is the day after New Year's. So like this year, New Year's on Thursday, so the sales close for the year is on Friday.
Wow.
So they said,
late.
Like, what do we do? So we had, talked to a few employees, kind of sent it out, hey, we're going to be here if you'd like to do it, and we had over 200 people here. We cleaned the showroom off, and then we got we'd set up, we got the call in, had it set up on a computer screen up here. With some of the leadership with Ford, real good friend of mine, Rob Kaplan, his team. They called in. It was about 12:45 a.m. and gave us the official count that we had finished number one for the year.
That's amazing.
It was the perfect way to do it because it was organic. It happened right when it was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
It wasn't the next day or in a more professional manner. It was just us here being a good family and announcing it and celebrating.
Yeah. We got some good videos of that night we can show.
Yeah, I'll
we went out on the rock and
oh, did you really?
Champagne.
Oh, did you really?
We just shook it and sprayed it. We didn't drink it. So.
In Akins fashion.
Was there fireworks or just champagne?
Didn't have fireworks. We just had the champagne there.
Wait,
but
this year.
Then we went to the Waffle House. It was about 2 o'clock. It was about
like
2
a Southerner right there.
It was about 2 o'clock in the morning there. But yeah, if you're at 2 o'clock and you go by Waffle House, you got to stop.
That would be awesome.
For me, I asked him what his thoughts were on finish number one. For me, knowing that our owner and leader did all that adversity that he had in his early 20s of taking a dealership over, dealing with the loss of his dad, from my perspective, that really fires me up because he has conquered and survived and persevered through all of that. That just displays it can be done. You can persevere and you can achieve what you want to, no matter what happens to you in life. So, knowing the history of this place and seeing where it is now, and then getting this, so proud for him. So proud for him. And then, as you saw earlier, when you walk in here, there's 10 Commandments on the wall right there.
I didn't get to see that yet.
I'll show it to you.
Yeah,
but, just very, very proud of this for him and what all it means to his family and the dealership and everyone that's been a part of it. So just very proud of to have you come to, be a part of it too.
Well, thank you guys, both you guys. I thank you, Mr. Akins, for coming in here and filming this video for us. And look, if you had to give your best pitch, why come here to Akins Ford? Tell us.
Oh man, well, number one, what we need you, but I think the biggest thing here is you can come here and deal with people that you've dealt with for years. While we've got over 500 employees full time here, a lot of it here a long time. You've got some You know, our you know, I just celebrated 40 years. I came to work here in '84, and I'm not the most senior employee that we have. I'm like number 5 on the list, and all of them are still very active in the store because some of them are like me. They came to work here out of high school, so you know they've been here 40 plus years, but we haven't hit 60 yet. Right. And so, or a couple of them have, but we're excited about that. I think the biggest thing is you can deal with the same people that you deal with a lot. I'm usually here every day. If you need something, you can reach out to me. But I think the depth of the infrastructure that we've created over the last 60 years enables us to outreach to our customer base, whether if it's the 25 mobile service vans that go out, you know, sometimes, you know, 100 miles or so, or the in-house towing that we do if we have to go out of state to get a customer. That's something that we've been proud that we've created. That you know our big motto is we're bigger and closer than you think, and we say that not necessarily in geographic terms sometimes, but in service terms. You know, you're in North Carolina, and you know, but if you have something come up and have something with your vehicle, you have an accident, have something that you know you're not able to take care of, we want to be your first call. And awesome. And with 40 plus semi-retired drivers we've got, with you know 4 you know 33,000 GVW you know rollback records and stuff. You know, if something, hopefully you don't have any trouble. But you know, if something you did, you've got a you know 5th wheel camper that you've got coming up. So literally speaking, you could be ready to go on a trip one day, and something catastrophic happened to your truck the day before. Then we literally could, you know, put a loaner 450 on the back of one of our rollbacks, take it up to you, get yours, and send you on your way. And we've done that before. So I think that's the thing there. That's the awesome. Infrastructure that we created to be able to take care of our customer base, whether if they're 5 minutes down the road or if they're 10 states away. I think that's the thing that we all can speak, you know, comfortably with and confidently with, that you know, going out of state and getting vehicles is just kind of something we do almost every day. Not because people, you know, have over problems with their vehicles. It's just our customer base has grown so much regionally and even throughout the country on that. You know, and this is a cool little story here. That I believe it was Oregon. We had a truck. We'd done a lot of customization stuff on it. That had I think it was a recall part, or had a warranty issue with a lift on it, and couldn't find anybody out there to do it. And the customer found us somewhere with a lift that we could use, and we flew technicians and parts to Oregon. Was it Oregon or Idaho? Oregon. Mm-hmm. You know, to work there a few days to, you know, fix it, repair it, and come back. And that's just what we do. And that's something that our employee base, that the customer base has come to expect it, and the employee base has come to just to know to do it. So I think that's what's unique about us, that I think we've set up the best infrastructure of dealing with customers abroad. I think we've got the best infrastructure of any dealer in the country, regardless of what make they sell. And it took 60 years to do it. It wasn't anything you can come build that overnight. But that's what, you know, being here 60 years and building and expanding and building on what we've done, it's just something that's worked in. Wow.
There's not an owner that I know of in the country that is more adamant about reinvesting in his people and the facility than Brad. He gives us more than enough support. And then secondly, exactly what he's talking about. My biggest selling point, because we're in competition with a lot of other accessory stores and dealerships, the biggest selling point that I have is, look, if there's an issue, our owner gives us the backing to facilitate getting you fixed up. We're going to go get your truck, no questions asked. We're not going to be a run around or any kind of this or that. We're going to get you fixed up and taken care of. So that reassurance that the dealership gives Wild Willies really makes it what we think is the best scenario to buy and customize a vehicle, or just buy a stock vehicle too. We got just a great system backing from him, a reassurance that we're going to take care of our customer regardless.
That's awesome.
It's huge.
And that says a lot. All right, everybody, I want to take some time to introduce Walt to you. Walt and I were, I don't know, we did email, maybe some too, a lot of texts, a lot of phone calls. Walt's over here in the Wild Willies section, which is all the customization. It all happens right here. He can make or break your vehicle, but he'll make it. And he will take you really good.
We like to say, make your vehicle.
Yeah, make your vehicle and do a great job at it. So tell us a little bit. You don't have to go into a long one, but like just Wild Willies and how long you've been here. And
I've been here for about 8 years now. I could say it's probably the best thing I've ever done is come here and start working here. I get to play with these beautiful trucks every day and talk to customers like you, which is very enjoyable. So, yeah, I love being here. This is great.
So what's Neal really like to work with behind the scene? No, you don't have to answer. You don't have to answer.
He's awesome.
No, he is awesome. So like, we were just talking. Just tell us really quick, because for all the guys who are like interested in customizing their trucks, we were just talking about the craziest build that you guys did, the longest one. Just talk about that one just a little bit with everybody.
Okay, it's an F450. I think there was nothing that we did not do to that truck. Any level kit, raises up 14 inches, lower it down to 0 at a touch of a button. Full paint scheme, tires, wheels, audio, video, lights everywhere. I mean, there's nothing we didn't do to that truck. There's probably 2 or 3 videos been made of it, and it traveled the internet for months. So it's easy to find if you want to check it out.
And then tell everybody what happened, just real briefly.
Unfortunate accident. It did not make it, so we're building another one. So customers are going to be happy with it, one that he's building for himself.
That's so crazy.
And how long did it take to build?
Did you say that?
I want to say it was close to a year. But
wow.
I wasn't the one that actually built it, so don't hold me to that.
That's awesome.
I just got to ask a question. Was he a high maintenance client?
No, there's no high maintenance.
Oh.
No high maintenance. That's the right answer. That's the right answer. We had such a great experience, and we both want to thank Isaiah, Mr. Brad Akins, Neal, Walt, and everybody else that we met there on staff. We love the truck. It's awesome. It's great. Great experience. You need to go down there and check them out if you're looking to customize your truck or you want to purchase one. Definitely look them up. Great deals. I mean, it was just amazing.
Yeah, from start to finish. We actually had one little surprise that we discovered. So when we were picking out our wheels, we thought that the front wheels had bolts around.
Or just like blacked out lugs.
Yeah, big blacked out lugs. So when we got there and we discovered that there was big spikes coming out of the front wheels of our tires, we were a little surprised.
Now we know we're bad to the bone.
Yeah, but we're just a little more spicy, right?
A little more spicy. Hey, so thank you for watching this video today. And just so you know, next video coming out is going to be the 5th wheel. What 5th wheel did we go with, and what's going on with that? We want to take you guys on our journey. If you haven't followed us, we'd love for you to subscribe, like, give us a thumbs up, leave comments down below. What do you think of the truck? Do you like it? We'd love to hear from you on it. Do you own an F450? Do you like your F450? What rig do you tow? Leave us a comment below.
Have you purchased a vehicle from Akins?
Yes. Hey, we'd love to hear that, actually. So with that, we say God bless.
And safe travels.